What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally X gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're going to try out Warcraft 1, 2 Remastered, and Warcraft 3 Reforged all in the same video. Now, somebody actually wanted to see how Warcraft 3 Reforged ran on the G15 Advantage, but I figured screw it. We're going to try that out on everything. And hey, don't you go to sleep on me yet. I guess that's its way of saying, hey, your intro's getting too long, so why don't you wrap it up? So, let's do just that. Let's get it hooked up to capture computer, and let's get into the game. And hopefully it'll run 3 a lot better than the Steam Deck did. That was a total shit show.
Alright, so not really too much for settings here, but just like on the Steam Deck, I wanted to show the settings, and I at least have a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse hooked up, so now I should actually be able to play properly. Anyway though, let's hop into the game and let's see how the Ally does on these. Alright, just like on the Steam Deck, I figured we'd get the little what to do screen.
You are capable of it. Construct at least 6 farms so that we may keep our troops well fed and ready to do battle. Only a fool would leave his treasures unguarded, so you must also build a barracks for the defense of these farms.
Definitely a lot nicer having a real keyboard mouse for a game like this, not gonna lie. I should have been using the keyboard shortcuts. But with the Steam Deck, I got so used to using the damn portraits and just clicking on them. I think eventually I stopped doing that. I just can't remember what system I did that on. Oh, why, hello, Misty. You want some lap time? Here you go. You can sit on lap, sure. Well, if you limited the FPS on these games, you'd probably get a really long time for battery life. I mean, even the CPU's not getting very hot. Oh, no, I gotta build it next to the cobblestone. Anyway, though, why don't we also move along? Alright. Now, let's have a quick look at this settings screen. Not too much in the graphics settings department, but I still wanted to show it. Did on everything else, so I figured it would be weird to not on here. Alright, and with that, it's game time. Alright, Act 1, Sea of Blood. Let them talk.
Orgrim Doomhammer, war chief of the Orcish hordes and ruler of the Blackrock clan, has ordered you to establish a small outpost on Lordaeron's southern shores. To secure the Zul'Dare region as Doomhammer demands, you will need to construct a barracks and several farms to feed your troops. Your success may help us determine the extent of the pathetic human defenses and what to work. Zug zug. Zug dog.
I'm not gonna lie, the second one definitely looks crisper and gets way more FPS than the other game does. I don't know what the dealio is with that. And both of them run infinitely better than 3. Even this thing is not powerful enough to get good FPS in 3 Reforged, as you will soon see. That is what we're doing after this one. And just like on the Steam Deck, I'll do high and low, just to keep it fair.
Work complete. Look dog. Ready to work, Zog dog. Swabu.
Alright though, let's move on to the third game. Alright, first we'll try maxing it out at 1080p, and then we'll do low 1080p. I should have done low 720p, but it is what it is. So, let's get into the game and let's see how it does. Alright, here we are in the game. Now, in its defense, it does get playable FPS, at least on this thing. It's just, I was not expecting it to still drop this low. The Steam Deck with all of its stutters are basically unplayable. Now this one still does have some stutters though. It works much better on low. But yeah, see, it still has its little skips. I don't think they're quite as bad as the Steam Deck, though. Unfortunately, though, much like on the Steam Deck, going down a low doesn't really help all that much, not everywhere. Some spots get a jump, but some spots seem to get, like, even worse FPS. It's weird. At least that's how it was on the Steam Deck. I'm pretty sure that's how it works here, too, but we're gonna go to low next, so we will find out. Speaking of which, yeah, let's go do that right now. Well, now, here's medium settings at 900p. I still do not believe it's going to be playable, but I wanted to try, you know? Not just be like, oh, well, it's not going to work and just give up, you know? That's no fun. But, hey, let's hop into the game and let's see if it made a difference. Well, alright. Here we are in the game, and it can't maintain 60, but at least it gets playable FPS. Versus the Steam Deck, where it was dropping down in the single digits in some spots. But this one still does drop under 30, I think, every once in a while, but for the most part, it's like 40s. Sometimes even 50s. And right now, it's in the 80s. It goes all over the place, if I'm honest. I'd like a perfect 60, but I'll at least take a somewhat playable experience versus what we were having on the deck. Well, thank you for lap time, Misty. You already overheated? She's going back to the tree. Wow. She barely made a noise jumping up. Yeah, I can't even set a freaking pop down without this thing picking it up. Cats are freaking ninjas, man. I keep looking over and I see I've got cookies to eat. But obviously I'm not going to eat them while I'm recording because that would be gross for you guys, but I really want to eat them. They look pretty delicious. So instead, I'm going to hit this bowl. Bowly oly oxen free. Well, I decided to redo it and do 720p because it didn't really make a huge difference at 1080p. Heck, it might not, and we might just be bottlenecking it more by putting it on 720, but I just wanted to try. That's usually what we do on this anyway. I'm just skipping the 900p this time. So, let's go hop ourselves into the game. Alright, here we are in the game.
What's that?
And yeah, it doesn't really seem to be getting better FPS here. In fact, it seems like it gets worse in some spots.
Young war chief, but a vision.
Or just equal to what it was getting at 1080p high. It's very strange.
Your future
This game makes no sense to me. It was definitely coded very terribly.
I don't know. what
People
this is
definitely
all
weren't lying about that. Now see, now we're all of a sudden we're booming up to 100 FPS, so it can get good FPS. It just chooses not to most of the time.
Lokrigar Nokal.
See, it does good, and it'll just drop down to like 40 FPS and 30 FPS now. I don't think it was doing that before, so it's almost like you're better off just playing at 1080p, high settings.
This reflects areas you have explored.
Hey, at least on none of them it was not stuttering as bad as the Steam Deck. That was pretty bad. Made it borderline unplayable. Although not having a keyboard and mouse also did not
Now
help.
that your troops are all selected,
Prepare yourselves. I sense a knoll ahead.
to order Thrall's forces to defeat this foul creature, select all of your troops.
Take that, ya knoll.
This was only a scout, but the knoll's camp lies just ahead.
Order your troops to perform an aggressive attack move into the enemy encampment. To do this, select all of your troops, click the attack button, and then left-click on the ground in the middle of the knoll camp. Good job. Notice that Thrall gained a level from the experience that he earned in combat. Only heroes can acquire experience, allowing them to become incredibly powerful over time. Heroes gain a hero point whenever they advance in level. These points can be used to acquire new abilities or to improve previously learned ones. To spend Thrall's hero point, select him and click on the Hero Abilities button in the bottom right corner of your screen.
Oh, we got an item. Potion of mana.
This particular treasure chest contained a useful potion of mana. Notice that the
Anyway,
potion
though,
now
I'd say this is
occupies
probably
one
a
of
pretty
Thrall's
excellent time for us to
inventory
move on to a
slots
little
near the
camera.
bottom.
Alright, let's get some camera for a gameplay. I would have just continued where I was, but classic making YouTube videos. It didn't have sound after unhooking it from the capture computer, so I had to just restart again.
Follow me.
But we'll get like
I
5
will
minutes of
reveal what
playtime.
your future
Game still runs
holds.
like absolute dick, though. I just cannot fathom how they made this game run so poorly. I figured even the like upgraded version would have no trouble running on all these like weaker systems. It'd better. I wish there was a way to just get the old school version. You'd be better off. Because then you could have it maxed out and have it look better and still get like 200 FPS probably.
However, you must first learn how to give orders to Thrall.
For honor.
Skillfully done. Very good.
Heck yeah.
The path to the
I am
next
the
matter
most skilled
leads
at
through a
clicking
black
on
area.
flags.
Notice how the black area shrinks as Thrall moves through it. This reflects areas you have explored. Select Thrall.
Loktar, my warriors. We are yours to command, War Chief.
Now that your troops are all selected,
Prepare yourselves. I sense a gnome ahead. Will survive.
A gnome.
to order Thrall's forces to defeat this foul creature, select all of your troops, click on the attack button, and then click on it.
This was only a scout, but the Gnoll's camp lies just ahead.
Order your troops to perform an aggressive attack move into the enemy encampment. To do this, select all
Yeah,
of your
we still
troops,
drop down into the
click
40s.
the attack button, and then left-click on the ground
Constantly.
in the middle of the Gnoll camp.
No reason for this. So yeah, I think everybody was right when they said this game was just going to be absolute trash. And it sucks, because I liked the original Warcraft 3. I liked all the Warcrafts. I liked Warcraft more than StarCraft. I'm more into fantasy stuff than sci-fi.
Let's get on.
Good job. Notice that
But
Thrall gained
this
a
is
level
just
from the
shit.
experience that he earned in combat.
I'm glad I got
Only
all 3
heroes
for
can
40
acquire
bucks.
experience,
Before it
allowing
was
them
just
to
this
become
game for 40
incredibly
bucks. And I was like,
powerful
ha,
over time.
no. Not when I heard how bad it was. I figured they might have fixed it by now, but it appears not.
Heroes
Unless,
gain
of
a
course, you
hero
need a
whenever they
supercomputer
advance
to
in
play the
level.
game, which is a little
These
silly for
points
Warcraft
can be
3, but
used
that's
to
why we're just
acquire
going to test
new
it on
abilities
everything.
or to
I was
improve
just going to play it on
previously
the
learned ones.
weak stuff and the
Thrall's
G15
hero
Advantage
point.
that was originally
Select it
requested,
and click
but
on the hero
now I
abilities
feel like playing out
button
everything
in the
just to see
bottom
if
right corner of
anything
your
can
screen.
actually play, you know?
This particular treasure chest contained a useful potion of mana.
Yes.
Notice that the potion now occupies one of Thrall's inventory slots near the bottom middle of your screen. Potions of mana can be used to replenish a hero's mana, the magic energies that allow the casting of spells such as Chain Lightning. The wolf howl signifies that night has begun.
Be wary, my warriors. Don't let nightfall dull your senses.
Oh, nope, they want me to go this way.
For honor.
Oh, maybe not.
Dabu.
No, I guess they want me to go around after. Okay, okay.
Yes. Dabu.
Or not? I don't know. They want me to go like over here. What is this? I'm just gonna click on that. Go. Figure it out for yourselves.
An ogre. We'd have a fierce battle on our hands if the beast weren't sleeping.
Yeah, but luckily it's awake. Or not awake, so we're good. I have found the prophet.
Greetings, son of Duratan. I knew you'd find your way.
It was you I saw in the vision. Who are you? How do you know me?
I know many things, young war chief, about you and your people. My identity at this time is unimportant. What is important is that you rally your people and leave these shores immediately.
Leave. What's this all about, human?
Human? I left my humanity behind long ago. I am something different now. Know that I have seen the future and beheld the great burning shadow that is coming to consume this world. You sense it as well, don't you?
The demons are returning.
Indeed.
Yes. And only by leading your people across the sea to the distant lands of Kalimdor will you have a chance to stand against them.
But alright,
But how
I
can
think
we-
this is
I
probably
will
a
answer
great
all
time
of
for
your
us to go
questions in
wrap this
time,
video
young
on up.
Warcraft.
Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for the Warcraft Battle Chest, which was Warcraft 1, 2 Remastered, and Warcraft 3 Reforged. And even on this, Warcraft 3 Reforged seems to suck. Like, this game definitely deserves all the hate it got. There's no reason for a Warcraft 3 game. That game came out forever ago. It should be able to play on this flawlessly, even with the graphic upgrades. Which, honestly, as far as I can tell, are a 0. I would rather play the old one, maxed out, and gotten like 400 FPS on this system. But hey, it is what it is. This is what they want you to play now. At least the other two played well. I was a little worried about those too, but they at least seemed to do great. And I had a keyboard and mouse this time, so it was no problem playing. But that Warcraft 3 Reforged was still stuttering and dropping frames like crazy. 1 minute it's like 100, then we're dropping down to 35 for what appears to be no reason. So, I don't know. Definitely not the game I would want to play on here. Heck, that game might just be shit on everything. We will see. I'm going to test it on everything at this point. I wasn't going to at first. I was just going to do the G15 Advantage, which was the requested item, and these weaker systems, figuring, oh, it'd be easy to run all that on there. Apparently not. Anyway, though, it's time to move on to the Fire Bat, which I can assure you is not going to like Warcraft 3 Reforged, but it should handle the other two well. But let's go find out. Maybe it'll surprise me for some odd reason. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.